Alright, so oddly enough, I had originally shot this video, I don't know, about a week or two ago? Something like that. Try to find the power button here. And, turns out, for one, I did it on the wrong system. That thing was not nearly powerful enough. And not only that, it also, for some reason, did not record audio. Now, the system I'm working on is this E521. Now, I upgraded the processor to the 2.4 gigahertz 4600 plus. Also, I'm showing 6 gigs of 667 memory. I might actually go on eBay and try to find 2 more 2 gig chips. But let's get to the point of this video. And give me once. Well, you know what? The question is, I saw a video by another YouTube guy whose videos I really like. Questioned how bad is Windows Vista that bad, and that inspired this video. And wow, my desk is overcrowded. I got an Apple Cinema display back there, this HP monitor here, this Dell one, and the system I'm using looks just like that, except for that one's an E520. That's my sister's, and eventually I'm going to give it back to her. Eventually, it's already fixed. So, question is we just watched this boot up, and it's almost ready. I usually figure as soon as I get network, it's ready. And, okay, everything's loaded already. Now, I've never really ran Vista. I ran it for a few months, back in like 09, 2010 early, until I found a good working version of Windows 7 that was cracked. Let's just be honest here. We're all human. So, what, personally, I think it actually runs very well on this system. Again, right now my biggest hiccup is actually my video card, which is a 3.5 on it. Honestly, I think Windows Vista would benefit a lot from an SSD, but I don't have one that's cheap. I don't have one that I can spare. I only have one total, which is in my system. Now, again, I get asked this a lot. I have my main rig. These are systems I play with. This is not my main computer. This is not what I'm doing video editing on. This is not, whatever. So, anyway, that out of the way. I will be using this for in my bedroom for my television. But, let me do something here. Let's go to the most popular YouTube channel ever, right? Haha. Now, I tried to watch this. Now, I have headphones hooked up. You can probably hear it. When I put it in 1080p, it gets a little choppy. Actually, really choppy. But if I go down to 720p on it, it runs just smooth. So, what about feet? On the same topic, let's just do this. This is a 720p. This is a 1.25 gigabyte video file. This one I can't play too much of because I don't want to. I don't want any copyright police on me. This is not the last Doctor Who, but the one before that, I think. As you see, it runs just fine. It's kind of hard to tell, but the sound is right on. But what about features, guys? Because I know Vista had some weird features. When you go to personalize, it looks different than both XP and 7. But everything's laid out pretty nicely, you know. You don't really have to guess where things are. I liked that it stayed with the XP style, and your computer is here, and you just simply, everything is there. Although I am getting used to Windows 8.1 right now, and that actually runs phenomenal. When you do bring up my computer, you know, it's got everything laid out. You don't have to hunt for it, unlike 8.1 and 8. Sometimes you have to hunt for things. Plug in a USB drive, which I'm doing right now. You know, it comes right up, does what it's got to do. But you know, everything seems to be normal on here. I mean, if I had a Wi-Fi card, because the system I tried this on did have Wi-Fi, and you know, just connect to a network. You hit to connect to a network, and it brings it right up. Nothing really complicated. The styling isn't too bad. I mean, let's be honest, it looks a lot like Windows 7. I think it was rushed because there are a lot of things that are just weird in it. Although they did bring us the snipping tool. That's pretty cool. Update is a pain in the butt. Updates take forever on that. I mean, yeah, I can't even try to sell that as a good thing. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been using this like a daily rig, so I do know that you can't get the latest Java updates. There's other things you can't get. But all in all, it's been pretty decent. And let me see here. Let me try to show what I have in it. Just 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. We go back into properties, go to device manager. That is one thing that's annoying. I know you can shut it off, but the whole, are you sure you want to? The display adapter, I don't know too much about Radeon, but I can find out right here. And one thing that Windows 7 brought that I miss is you can just click on that and drag and it'll automatically do that. But let's go into here. And that is a 128 meg video card. I will be looking for a better video card. But yeah, everything just looks normal on it, you know. Nothing too crazy. Would I try to run it every day? Probably not. I mean, I'm most likely gonna put 8.1 on it, because I did run 8.1 on it. It actually ran pretty dang good. But Vista really, from what I can see, is not all that bad. Oh yeah, failed to show. I mean, you probably saw it already, but I am running Service Pack 2 on it, obviously, and it is activated and working all right. I think my only hang up on this system is actually the graphics. But would I call Vista a horrible, horrible operating system? I'm going to go out on a limb and say no. I don't think it's really all that bad. Because I did run it for probably, like I said, like 6 months. I went from XP to Vista, back to XP, back to Vista, back to XP. Found a good cracked 7. And then went straight to 7. But I think if you have enough memory, because that's one problem that Vista had, was this, it was a memory hog. If you have enough memory, to push it, then it'll actually run alright. But if you don't, I wouldn't mess with it. I'd go to 7, because 7 works a little bit better with less memory. But, thank you for listening to me ramble for a while if you've made it this far, and have a blessed day.